My boss tried to take credit for my $2 million project, so I let him. I, 26F, had been working as a junior analyst at a top-tier marketing firm for 2 years. I'm the person who stays until 9 p.m. while everyone else is at happy hour. My boss, Julian, is the definition of a corporate parasite. He's 40, wears suits that cost more than my rent, and has never had an original thought in his life. He spent the last 6 months mentoring me on the biggest account our firm has ever seen, a $2 million rebranding for a global tech giant. I did everything. The data, the pitch deck, the creative strategy. It was my blood, sweat, and tears. Julian's only contribution was telling me to make the logo pop and add more synergy. The night before the big presentation to the board of directors, Julian offered to proofread my final deck. I sent it to him, and 5 minutes later, I saw him save it as Julian Final Presentation Official. The next morning, we walked into the boardroom. Julian didn't even look at me. He stood up, adjusted his tie, and said to the CEO, "I've spent months perfecting this vision. Here is my strategy for the future of this company." He didn't mention my name once. He didn't even let me hold the remote. He just started clicking through my slides, soaking up the oohs and ahs from the board. But here's the thing Julian forgot. I'm a junior analyst, but I'm also the only person who knows how the back end of our new AI-driven data software actually works. On slide 15, the financial projection slide, a massive red error box popped up. It said, "Encryption key required. Access denied." Julian froze. He clicked the mouse. Nothing. He hit the spacebar. Nothing. The CEO frowned and asked, "Julian, what's going on? We need those numbers to approve the budget." He turned to me and hissed, "Fix it, now." I didn't move. I just looked at him with wide, confused eyes, and whispered loud enough for the CEO to hear. "I'm so sorry, Julian. Since you told me you finalized the deck last night, I assumed you'd set up your own security credentials. I don't have access to your private files, remember?" Julian turned purple. He stammered and told the board, "There must be a technical glitch. I'll have my assistant fix it in an hour." The CEO stood up. He's a sharp guy, and he saw right through it. He looked at me and said, "Is this your work or his?" I stood up, walked to the front of the room, and pulled a thumb drive out of my pocket. I told the CEO, "Actually, sir, this is the original version I developed. It's fully functional, but it requires my biometric login to run the live data. If Julian wants to present his version, we might be here all day." The CEO told Julian to sit down. For the next 40 minutes, I ran the show. I knew every stat, every graph, and every why behind the strategy. When I finished, the board gave me a standing ovation. The CEO looked at Julian and said, "Julian, your mentorship seems to have been so successful that we don't actually need you anymore. Please have your desk cleared by lunch." Julian tried to argue, saying he was the one who discovered me, but the CEO just held up a hand and told him to leave. I got promoted to senior lead that afternoon. I also found out Julian had been charging client dinners to the company that were actually dates with his CrossFit instructor. Karma is a beautiful thing.